Is HR the enemy, or are they your ally? This is a sentiment that seems to come up a lot. People feel mistreated by their human resources departments, or sometimes even worse, they feel ignored by human resources while they're mistreated by their leaders or coworkers. Now, as an HR person, I could try to make this a self-serving video, but I won't. I'll try to stay objective, and at the end of the day, I'm an HR employee, but when I have issues, when I have needs, I have to go to HR just like everybody else. The only difference is they won't let me handle it myself. To the question, is HR your enemy? Are they your ally? What is HR? How should we view HR at our companies? So it's been my experience as an HR professional and just someone who's worked in the corporate world for a while that people hate HR. They either outright hate HR or they at the very least blame HR for a lot of their problems. But is that true? What is HR's role in the employee life cycle? I think probably first, one of the most helpful things that we can do is to break apart this idea of HR. Unless you work in a small company that has just a handful of employees who are working in HR, usually HR is not going to be some single entity that makes decisions. Usually it's going to be made up of multiple parts. An operations side that may do compensation and benefits, an employee relations side who may hear employee complaints or deal with issues, a talent acquisition side that's out there trying to get the best candidates, an IT side that's doing things in the system and helping all the information flow. There are a lot of moving pieces to HR. It's not just one single entity that's making all the world go bad. And beyond the question of who HR is, you also have HR decisions versus policies. Is your HR really making decisions in favor of or against your situation? Or are they governed by larger company policies that don't allow them to make decisions that you want them to make? And then lastly on HR is made up of the same levels the rest of the company is. You're going to have entry-level HR people who have little to no say over what happens with you or anybody else in the organization. You're going to have mid-level people who may have some say, but in all likelihood, they likely are just trying to make sure things are done correctly and appropriately. And then you have your senior level people where, yes, maybe they make some big decisions or they have a lot of sway over what happens. So it's not just one entity making all the decisions, pulling strings like a puppet master in these corporations. So the simplest form of, is HR the overall collective out to get individual employees? That's probably the simplest part of this, and that is no. Of course it's not. Entry-level people don't have the time, ability, or the desire to hold other people down. They're trying to climb the organizational ladder just like everyone else. Same thing with mid-level people. And the idea that senior-level people are going to be able to get down to the point of worrying about individual incumbents is probably an underestimation of the amount of work that they have to do themselves. So the collective of HR is most certainly not out to get individual employees. So when it comes to this idea of HR as the enemy, I think a lot of it stems from this faulty understanding of what HR's role is in a company. A lot of people view HR as this entity that works within the corporation that is focused on the employee's well-being. Now, to an extent, there are parts of HR that, yes, that's what they do. but the department's name is Human Resources. Does it sound like they're out to look out for your best interest? Or might you just be a resource? So this collective of areas, of which I've already mentioned, that fall within HR are not out to advocate for employees, although many do. Talent acquisition, for instance, their purpose is to get leaders the best candidates for them, the candidates that they want, and to get those people on board. Compensation, for instance, their job is to come up with a compensation structure that's going to work across the entire company, not just for one employee, but for every employee at all levels. Benefits is there to set up a benefits package that is both beneficial to the employees but cost effective for the organization. And then you have your employee relations, and those are the people that probably are looking out for the employees more than most. But even then, they have to act on behalf of the company as well. They have to follow policies. They have to follow procedures. They have to make sure that things are done the right way. And sometimes the right way is not the employee's way. So, yes, sometimes people look out for the employee, but it's not HR's job in and of itself to advocate on the behalf of the employees. Now, a lot of employees get upset at this, and you may be upset hearing me explain it. But the HR employees can't go against company policies. They can't go against company decisions. If I work for a company that wants to pay people less than market because they just don't have the budget or they've got no competition, I can't just go and make my own compensation structure because they will not approve it. So even if I did it, they wouldn't go through. And I would probably also get fired, in which case I really couldn't help you anyway. Same thing, if you think of benefits, are there any people who work on the benefits team that want to pay much higher premiums for their benefits packages? Of course not. But they've been given a directive by the company of what type of benefit plan they want, the costs that need to be associated with that, and they're choosing the best benefits plan given the direction that they've been given. The purpose of HR is to establish personnel policies and procedures that help the company meet its strategic objectives and plans. Now, any good HR professional will tell you a huge part of those objectives and strategic plans and what makes companies successful is a happy workforce. That's people that are treated fairly, paid appropriately, taken care of, looked after, happy. But HR is not specifically aimed at making those things happen. They're going to try to make those things happen within the framework that's been given to them by the decision makers at their respective companies. I'll reference back to my specific situation. When you're working in compensation, there are no compensation people that want to lowball an employee. In fact, I want the highest paying compensation plan possible because then I will also be on the highest paying compensation plan. But I have to work within the strategic goal of my company. So again, if I work for a company that wants to pay higher than market so that they get the best candidates, then everyone's going to love me because they're going to get paid a lot. Conversely, if I work at a company that wants to be below market, everyone's going to be annoyed because they're not getting paid as much as they feel like they should. But at the end of the day, my job has been the same, to do the best I can within the context of what I've been given. So for those that are happy with me, I did the best I could. And those that are mad with me, I did the best I could. And then lastly, and this will be the most self-serving part of this, but a lot of you are lied to by your leaders. Just going to be honest with you. Some of you, as soon as I said it, were like, yeah, I bet that's true. Some of you are in a state of denial. But if you are going to hurt someone's feelings, is it easier to just do what you have to do and hurt their feelings? Or do what you have to do, hurt their feelings, and then blame big HR who's down the hall that no one really can put a face to. Just something to think about. I've had real life situations in years past where an employee has emailed a leader saying, hey, I want a raise. They've sent that email to the comp team. I reviewed said complaint. I've gone back to the leader and said, you know what? They're right. They're underpaid. You have them doing more than they should. They should get a raise. And in fact, they may actually need a job review and moved into a new job. The leader responds back, thank you, but I don't really feel like a raise at this time makes sense for this employee. Now, I don't get to override their decisions. They manage their budget. So I say, okay, there we go. Case closed. Lo and behold, a month later, I get an email from the employee, and they're mad because their leader told them that the comp team has rejected their request for a raise. Now, as an HR professional, I can't go in there and say, well, your leader's a liar, okay, because I did approve it. They denied it, right? No, I have company policies, privacy things, all kinds of things that I can't deny. So I just have to say, look, I'm sorry, you're going to have to follow up with your leader. So some of you hate HR when really it's that lady or that guy sitting in the office down the hall. That's who you should be mad at. Is HR your enemy? I don't really think so. But are they your ally? Probably not. They're doing their job, just like you're doing your job. It's a misunderstanding of the relationship. I don't think they're your enemy, but don't count on them as your ally either. Now, are there rogue HR people who get power hungry and go out there and start attacking people that are where they used to be because they've lost sight of the fact that those people out there, even though they're not in HR, they're not behind the scenes, they're not in all of it, they're still human beings who need to be taken care of? Yes, there are those people. But that's not HR. That's just jerks who are self-absorbed and make terrible decisions. So that's my 2 cents. That's my opinion. Yes, I've worked in HR for almost a decade, so you can take it with a grain of salt. But I've not been in many situations where someone in HR has gone after an employee. Most people want you to do well because if you do well, they do well. Talent acquisition people want the best candidates. Why? Because it's a good reflection on them. Comp people want the best comp plans. Why? Because they'll be on those comp plans. Benefit people want the best benefit package. Why? Because they'll get that benefit package. Employee relations people are going to want to handle situations correctly because if they end up in a problem, guess who they've got to go through? Employee relations. And they're going to want them to be handled the right way. That's it for today. So I will see you guys in the next one.